Good day, everybody.
Satire.
I'm Leslie Bory for Brantford News, and we're at the Toronto South Detention Centre out front, and we've got a little bit of a protest here against James Sears being imprisoned. All right, they call it hate speech, but basically he was opposing the hate that the Talmudic Jews have against regular people. All right. They think that we're animals created in a human form meant to serve them. They think that all non-Jewish ladies are prostitutes, all right? And James was opposed to this, and they called him the hateful one. And that's in a nutshell what happened here, folks. James got a year in prison, and we're opposing that sentence. We're opposing the conviction. We're opposing any law that says that you can't share thoughts with others. And James did everything in a fun and non-violent manner. All right, so we've got some signs.
I think they gave us special treatment.
Thanks very much, sir, for coming out today. It's very nice to see you. I'm sure James appreciates it. Here you go, gentlemen.
Mad Magazine.
Right on. Thanks very much, eh? Thank you. All right, hello. Thanks for coming out and supporting James today. It's good of you.
Freedom for James.
Wonderful. You guys are good Canadians.
You bet we're good Canadians.
Oh, you are. You're a really good Canadian. Here we go, folks. This gentleman is LeRoy St., and he's the owner of Your Ward News. James Sears was his editor.
Yeah.
And LeRoy just finished serving his house arrest sentence. Hi, LeRoy. You got anything to say?
Yeah, it's good to be free. What a fucking joke that is in Canada, to be free.
Yeah.
I've already changed the name of the country to Kanakistan, the fascist capital of the world. Be careful what you say. Be careful who you say it to. Be careful whose fucked up ears get to hear what you got to say, because they might have you arrested. And whatever you do, don't make fun of any of the politicians, or you're going to be winding up in that joint, or maybe even the penitentiary. I think they're talking already about strengthening the law that they have, which is currently a misdemeanor, but they're going to increase it to being an indictable criminal offense.
Yeah, heaven forbid we criticize our representatives on the performance while they're in office, eh, LeRoy?
That's right.
That's the basis of democracy,
you can't do
not
that.
providing criticism or feedback.
It's not right.
That's right.
It's not right. But I notice of all the political parties that exist, you know how many there are in Ontario?
No.
28 of them.
Okay.
There could be 30 by now. That was my last count a couple of years ago. And I'll guarantee you, you've never heard of anything other than the Liberals, the Commie MDP, the Green Party, another communist party, and of course the Conservatives. They're going to take down the Liberal. Looks to me like they're a part of the Liberal Party. They're a copy of the Liberal Party, and I don't call it the Liberal Party. It's the Cultural Marxist Party.
It was the Conservative Party of Ontario, the Progressive Conservative Party, that had you sent to jail, LeRoy.
I don't doubt it one bit.
It was them. They were in power. They could have shut it down.
I used to be a big Ford fan when Rob was around. Doug, I didn't like him from the minute I met him.
Yeah, you gave him a favorable impression or a say, or you were favorable to Rob Ford, I noticed.
Very favorable to Rob.
He seems like a very different person than his brother.
Totally different.
Yes.
There's no resemblance. Rob Ford was a good guy. He was a real person.
Interesting.
Yeah. You could sit down and have a beer with him, smoke a joint with him, talk to him like a regular human being.
Sure. Sounds like a regular guy like us.
He's just exactly like us. Yeah, regular guy. Now, Doug, he's a snooty son of a bitch. He's he's above everybody, especially people like me. We don't want to get seen with him. What if the press gets a hold of this and they get it in the paper? It's Doug Ford hanging around with white supremacists. But being a white supremacist is every white man. The minute you get busted, you're a white supremacist. I don't even know what the fuck a white supremacist is.
They're so crazy that they'll probably call any people that aren't white that like us, who like us back, maybe they'll call them a bunch of white supremacists too. It's going to turn into a really crazy world these days. A lot of people that aren't white like white people right back. Yeah, because white people like a lot of people.
I'm surprised they haven't gone after my buddy Kevin Clark and said, black supremacist.
Yeah, Kevin Clark's a nice guy.
I went to
fighter.
point out to him, we had a serious conversation. I said, what color are you, Kevin? And he said, I'm black. And I said, you're fucking colorblind. What color's your jacket? He said, black. I said, let's match that up to your skin. Now, what color are you? He said, I guess I'm brown. I said, yeah, you're brown. Black is just a tag that somebody put on you. I think it was probably the Jews when back in the days of the slave trader, they were the main slave traders of the world.
Yeah, they had a synagogue in, I think it was in Virginia, like 1600s or something like that.
I don't doubt it one bit.
Yeah,
they're
big into
brought
that.
the blackies over here.
Well, that's all right. Hey, if they're like-minded, it's better than some dumb white ass who's going to throw a needle in our arm.
You know, when digging up doing the checking to make sure James's story was straight and above board about the slavery thing.
Yes.
I ran into a lot of interesting things, like a lot of the soldiers on the Confederate side were people of color. They were brown men.
Yes, they were.
There were no black men at all. No. Just brown men.
Yeah, they're, what was it, Nathan Bedford Forrest? He used to, he said that the guys behind him, the 20-some-odd guys that rode with him who weren't white, he trusted their lives to him, and they trusted him with their lives.
Yeah.
That's pretty deep there. That's
pretty goddamn well connected.
That's it is.
For racists.
That's a lot of trust there, a lot of love to trust someone that much.
And then the balls of banning the fucking federal, the rebel flag. I mean, get fucking real.
Sometimes I think, LeRoy, that maybe someone didn't tell us what the hell's going on.
I don't know what's going on. I can't figure it out. But they're just telling us now, within the last few years, what's wrong. And they finally captured that Sears guy. I mean...
Yeah, there hasn't been one shooting in Toronto.
And they had
Sears
me
has been
captured too, but because I'm a Métis, they, for some reason, seem to go a little lighter on me.
Yeah.
But that's because they're trying to make friends with the Aboriginal people now.
Yep.
Or the natives. I used to just call them Indians.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
I would say to my cousins, "What the fuck is up, Indian? What are we drinking? Where's the fucking booze?" You know.
Well, LeRoy, I know a lot of them because I grew up in Brantford, right? Like basically right there with them.
You're right.
I'm like, yeah, we're like practically related. There's somebody so close. We grew up as kids together.
Yeah. There are
Exactly.
Métis Jews.
Yeah, like Robbie Robertson was.
Right. One of my cousins is a Métis Jew.
Oh, yeah, interesting. Yeah, what's he? Is he a nice guy, though?
Yeah, no, he's dead, that one. The other part of his family, his mother was a real sweetie. But the other part of the family, they were standoffish. And the old man told his son, stay away from that guy. He's a smart ass, a wise guy. But he's lots of fun. Because when I first met him, I heard he was into comedy.
Oh yeah, nice.
So I don't know if you remember, there was a Jewish comedian way back there in the 50s, Shelley Berman.
No, I've never heard that name before.
He does a skit where he just woke up from a drunk and he doesn't remember shit. and he says to the other guy who's talking to you on the phone, my name. God damn it! Hang on, I think I just got a letter here this morning. So he thought I was hilarious, wanted to go up and do some comedy clubs with me. But his old man said, stay away from that guy. He's bad news.
That's pretty good, LeRoy.
And then he offered me a job in his shoe store. Unfortunately, I should say fortunately, I couldn't afford to work for him. I was making too much money selling magazines door to door.
Interesting, LeRoy.
I made serious money at it. That was back in the 60s, the early 60s, and throughout the entire 60s, I always made 20, 30 grand a year.
That's a lot of money back then.
Yeah, it sure as hell was. I don't know what it would translate into in today's dollars.
Probably about 90 grand a year
But
today.
I was out drinking like a fish every night. I had diamond rings. I mean, I was shitting in high cotton, buddy, having a good time.
That's it.
So, you know.
It's really good to meet you, LeRoy. See you again. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen you.
It's been good to see you again, too.
So all the best to you, LeRoy. And
yeah, thank you.
You want to say anything to the public about what you think, what you want to expect? I don't know. What do you think a good outcome would be? I just let James out right now.
Just let the guy out. Yeah. This is bullshit. total bullshit. There's too many criminals out there right now, and those criminals are out there because of how this country's being run. There's too much fucking starvation. I've never seen so many homeless people sitting in parks and that's all because of the guy at top. In other words, he's probably trying to pass the buck. He don't even know about it, but it all starts at the top.
Well, LeRoy, I'm going to try and start a political party. I've got some time now where I can really get out there and get the signatures, and maybe I'll be the Prime Minister someday.
Maybe I'll
LeRoy.
help you.
Yeah, thanks very much, LeRoy.
What is it? Is it the Maple Party or something?
No, I got something else. We'll just keep it down for now, but I'll get it out there and get some stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Just because we don't want thieving weasels taking our
Maybe
names.
I should start one too.
Hey, start one with me, LeRoy.
I've got some bright. I will. I've got some bright ideas.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, LeRoy is a very good-hearted gentleman, but he's a very tough individual as well. He'd make an excellent representative to take on the enemies of our nation. LeRoy would be a great politician or a leader.
Louis Riel is back again.
He's back.
I told you I'd be back.
No more Mr. Nice Guy this time.
Fuck you. That was his problem. He was a nice guy, and his partners, Poundmaker and Big Bear and Dumont, they wanted to fucking take on the 8,000 troops and start killing the motherfuckers. Because it was 8,000 to 800.
That was it. It's kind of like
Louis was a bit of a pacifist. No, we don't want to kill people. You know? Now, I'm the different total. I said, let's knock them motherfuckers off as quick as we can.
LeRoy, people are trying to kill us Canadians. And
I know they are.
Yeah, so
right here in this country, too.
that's why I want to organize politically to stop
it.
the slaughter. You know, it's the only non-violent action I can think of that might even work.
Did you get your jab yet?
No, LeRoy, I did. Not just yet, buddy.
like, oh, they're going to take away all your freedom. You don't have any anyway.
That's the
You've
thing.
already done that.
Yeah, so why do I want to die twitching like a dummy, like a carp on the sidewalk?
God. I ran into a thing on Facebook. This guy looks like something out of a Frankenstein movie or a zombie movie. He's really screwed up. Just getting his 59th jab. Oh my God! I mean, I've done a lot of research with it. It's just, they intend to reduce the population by several billion people.
Yes, sir. There's the Georgia Guidestones. They mention a world population of only 500 million people.
So they're going to whack about
Almost
7.5 billion people.
Yeah, keep a couple Zionists alive, and then the rest are stooges meant to serve them and lick their balls. It's not going to be a fun thing, man.
Well, the Bolsheviks must have whacked close to 100 million fucking people.
They say that from the 30s
but they were
all the way
Christians.
to the 90s.
They were Christians.
Yeah.
So they had every right to whack them.
There it is.
They disagreed with their religion, their faith. So
well, Jewish supremacy only knows one boss. There can only be one, and it's not. It's
Shackles.
It's right.
Is his name Shackles?
I think his name's Satan, but
could be Satan too. I thought it was Shackles, Satan, something like that. Yeah.
Well, thanks very much, LeRoy. It's been great talking to you again.
Okay, we'll probably be getting arrested
Oh.
within the week as soon as we post that online.
Well, you can tell me how I should go about things
anyway.
then. Yeah, you've been there.
Thank you,
Les. Got a T-shirt. See you, LeRoy. All right, guys. So that ends another report from the Toronto South Detention Centre in Toronto at 160 Horner Ave. You can stage your own protest if you'd like. You know, you don't have to have me tell you this, but I'm just glad that you guys know now about what happened to Mr. James Sears and also Mr. LeRoy St.Germaine, that they were thrown in prison for expressing themselves and being a little bit informative. They weren't being hateful just to step on other people for no good reason. They weren't being hateful at all. They were just exposing the hate of some religious people who don't like us Canadians with Western values, okay? And a lot of people from all over the world become Canadians, and they love our Western values, and that's why they're here. All right, guys, have a great day.